Hi, welcome to our math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on matrices, specifically the adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. In this video, we're going to focus on multiplying matrices together. Like any other kind of multiplication, if I have three matrices, I can only do two at a time. When we start multiplying matrices, the very first thing we need to do is check the dimensions. To figure out the dimensions of the matrix, we look at the number of rows. There are two rows. And the number of columns, 1, 2, 3. For this second matrix, there are 1, 2, 3 rows and 1, 2 columns. For this last matrix, we have 2 by 2. Those are the easiest, not a lot of counting. To be able to multiply matrices together, these middle two numbers have to be the same. So they're both 3's, they cancel out. This matrix will multiply out to be a 2 by 2. If the middles are the same, they kind of cancel. And then in the second matrix multiplication, we'll have this 2 by 2 times a 2 by 2. The 2's will cancel. Our final matrix should be a 2 by 2. The nice thing about starting with the dimensions is it really lets you remember what we're trying to finally get. There's going to be a ton of numbers on the sheet of paper by the time we're done with this video, and this little key up here will really help. Okay, when we multiply two matrices, the first matrix represents the rows, the second matrix represents the columns. So when I multiply these together, I'm going to multiply element by element. The first element, 6, multiplies to the 8. We add to that this negative 3 times 3. We add to that, so 6, negative 3, that negative 2 times this negative 8. So what I did is I piecemeal multiplied each of the elements in the first row by each of the elements in the first column, and when I do this multiplication and add it together, I'll end up with my 2 by 2 with the first element in the first spot. Okay. So for the first row, second element, first row again, so I'm going to start with this 6, and to it I will multiply, we're going to the second column this time, negative 4, plus this negative 3, times this 0, plus this negative 2, times the 6. So if we look at this, the numbers on the left, 6, negative 3, negative 2. 6, negative 3, negative 2. They represent the first row, and they calculate out to the first row of my answer solution matrix. Okay, for the second row, we're going to use the second row of this matrix. So instead of starting with the 6, we start with the 1. But since we're still in the first column, we use this first column, 8. Then we go to the 0. And we multiply it by this 3. And then lastly, we have the 4 times the negative 8. The beauty of this should have been a negative 8. The numbers in the parentheses, the numbers on the right, I guess there's parentheses on both sides. The numbers on the right, which represent the column, they're all the same. 8, 3, negative 8. I always double check. It helps because there's so many numbers going on. Okay, second row, second column. We start with the 1, negative 4, plus 0, 0, plus 4 times 6. Okay, phew. So what we just did is we've set this all up. Now we have to do all these calculations. We have 48 minus 9 plus 16, which is going to be a 55. We have negative 24 plus 0 minus 16. We're going to end up with a minus 12. We're going to end up with a negative 36. 8 minus 32 is going to be a negative 24. And negative 4 plus 24 is going to give us a 20. Okay, so So we've multiplied the first two. Now we need to multiply this matrix to this 0, 2, 5, 3 matrix. I'm not going to do this in two different colors. I want to speed this up a little bit. So I have for my first row, first column, I will put that in here just to remind you that this is my rows, this is my columns. Okay, so 55 times 0 plus negative 36 times 5. 55 times 2, first row, second column, plus negative 36 times 3. Second row, first column. Negative 24 times 0 plus 20 times 5. Second row, second column, negative 24 times 2 plus 20 times 3. Okay, so now I need to do these calculations. So negative 36 times 5 is, I'm going to make negative 180. I should put the brackets around here too. This is all matrix material. Okay, 55 times 2 minus 36 times 3 is going to be 2. 0 plus 100 is going to be 100. And negative 48 plus 60 is going to be 12. So there you have it. We multiplied the first two matrices, got a 2 by 2, multiplied the solution with the third matrix, and here is our final solution. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks!